too wild to unpack. I'm your host, Chris McIntyre, and today's episode is guaranteed to keep you questioning everything you thought you knew about news, and maybe the president himself. First up, we're diving headfirst into swirling rumors about Donald Trump's literacy. Is it possible the former president struggles, or our current president struggles with basic reading? Or is this just more political theater? We are about to watch a viral clip that is raising a lot of eyebrows and even more questions. But that's not all. Trump is back in the spotlight for a recent jaw-dropping interview where he flat out denied ever setting foot on Epstein Island, saying, quote, he never had the pleasure. With new controversies brewing, he's also returning to an old playbook, pushing supposed Obama and Hillary files as fresh distractions just as the Epstein story heats up. So buckle up as we kick things off, and let's watch this clip together and see, does this really look like Trump can't read, or is there more to the story?
Here we go. According to a resurfaced interview, it is possible that Trump is actually, well, not literate. Here it is.
Who are your favorite authors?
Well, I have a number of favorite authors. I think Tom Wolfe is excellent.
Did you read Vanity of the Bonfires?
I did not.
It's a phenomenal book.
What book are you reading now?
Well, I'm
Bonfire of the Vanities.
I'm reading my own book again because I think it's so fantastic, Tom.
What's the best book you've read beside Art of the Deal?
I really like Tom Wolfe's last book, and I think he's a great author. He's done a beautiful job.
Which book?
His current book. His current book. It's just out.
I don't think he knows what book it is.
Because there is no book. Come on.
This has been happening for decades, guys. All right, here we go.
Bonfire of the Vanities.
Yes. And the man has done a very, very good job. And
The only book I've ever seen him with was the Bible, and he held it upside down.
That was definitely a distraction, right?
Oh my God.
He's trying to get out of that. Obviously, you can't read.
Well, if you just look at him he has to read somewhat because he's doing the teleprompter stuff. That's why he messes it up.
Yeah.
He's pronouncing words and stuff.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he has a very, very low reading level. Hold on. Let's see.
Trump's okay. So he's like, he doesn't really know how to read for real. Yeah. And he loves to improv.
Yeah.
So during like the table read, he before we were going to before he had to read each line, and he's the host, so he's at everything.
Yeah.
He would go, I'm not going to say this. I think I'm going to say it the way I want to say it. Is that okay? Is that okay, Lauren? Is that everything? And everybody's like, what? And then this is my favorite part is there was a sketch that we wrote where he's at Disneyland with his daughter, and the line is, all right, let's get out of here. Turkey legs? Let's go get turkey legs. And he doesn't know how to read. So he went, all right, let's get out of here, turkey legs. He called his daughter turkey legs.
That's funny shit. That's as far as I got in the clip. Did you watch the whole thing?
Oh, I watched more of it than I probably should have. Yeah.
Is there more good stuff?
No, not really. I mean, that's kind of they get into some other stuff too about whatnot, but there's a lot of corroborating testimony on this about during his first presidency, they would give him all these intel briefs and he just wouldn't read them. And he didn't know what was going on. So he'd walk into meetings and not knowing what the hell's going on and make them re-explain it verbally. And then they've come out during this in the last few months and they've said, yeah, he wasn't reading them this time either. So what they've had to do is go and break it down into bullet points and then pictures and stuff so that he can get that.
Yeah.
And
I heard they took it a step further. Someone on their staff, or this was unverified. I didn't verify this, but someone in the White House was talking about making content with the briefing in the style of Fox News, so he would digest it.
Yeah, I'm wondering how long until they just start doing skits or getting the other Fox News people to just do a quick video for him so you can.
Isn't that terrifying though? To the American people, our president, I don't think he can read, but he's not reading his briefings. Well, those things affect everyone.
Look at all the evidence on this kind of stuff. I go back to Alfredo Garcia's hands. And he reads the words on it and goes, look, MS-13.
It's in Times New Roman font.
Like what?
What are you doing, man?
But there was a psychologist that did a paper on him during his first presidency. And they said, based on all the clips that they've reviewed and everything, it's not so much that he can't read, he just can't read well. He reads at the equivalent of a fifth grade's understanding. And they believe that there might have been some kind of incident happened when he was about that age. And he got stuck at a fifth grader's understanding and cognitive capabilities. And that's why we have things like, oh, if we can just get the Drano or the Clorox in your body and kill the virus, or get the sunlight in there, we'll kill all the things. And then
that makes a lot of sense for how he behaves as a human being.
Or like, can we nuke a hurricane? Like, or should we just nuke these things and just fix it all with nukes? And like, it's fifth grader level logic to deal with advanced scientific stuff. And I think that's also the reason why, you know, if you think about a fifth grader, if you give a fifth grader a toy, he's going to beat everything with it. And this fifth grader's toy now is tariffs and treason. Those are his two famous words. So he's hitting everything with a tariff or treason that he can. Obama committed treason. Biden committed treason.
All issues I care a lot
both
about.
Clintons
right
committed treason. It's like, do you know what that word means? I don't think that word means what you think it means. It's the line that I keep coming up with. And then because of the complications of the system, you know, and then even the way he talks about stuff, it goes, oh, I know about the antibodies. Nobody knows more about antibodies than me. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what a fifth grader would say. It's like,
yeah,
what?
So the theory is that there was an incident when he was that young that kind of permanently stuck him in that.
Yeah, I mean,
there's probably in a bullying thing. Like a bully got the best of him when he was that young, and he's like,
I mean, he could have been in a car accident. He could have been in like down the stairs. It's like a head injury kind of thing, or some kind of, I don't know. That we don't know.
Should we have empathy for President Trump and his delirium?
No, we should impeach his ass and get a president who knows what the hell's going on.
No.
And then
that bus waved bye-bye a long time ago.
And now we're seeing what they call sundowning, which is early stages or mid stages of dementia, causing him not to be able to understand what's going on around him. Like, you know, they're asking him questions, he answers the wrong question, or they ask him a question, he goes, what, I can't understand, what, and it's just like the reporter's like changing the questions, trying to make it simple enough for this guy to get it, or people are like literally laughing at him being asked questions he can't answer it, or answering it ways that are just ungodly, inappropriate. And like, if you go back and look at everything he's ever really said that has gained any significant media attention, and you go, could a fifth grader have said this? You kind of start looking at going, maybe.
You know, I had an idea.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader? No.
I wanted to take some of the transcripts from all of his speeches and just read them as normally as possible. Have you ever heard a Trump speech read by a normal person? It does not make sense at all.
I love when they take comments from him and says, Obama said blah, 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 blah. And then MAGA gets mad and it's like, oh, no, Trump said that. And they're like, oh, you tricked us.
Yeah, that is pathetic. But there's like whole podcast dedicated to talking about his cognitive decline right now. I haven't listened to him, but I see him coming across my feed all the time.
And it's hard too, because a lot of people will take him at face value, or they'll think he's lying, or they'll think this. And it's like, not everything he says is intentional lying in my mind. That's my opinion. I honestly believe that he has convinced himself that certain things are true, and he's relating those things even though they're not true, or he's just trying to change the narrative, or he's trying to, you know, snap his fingers and make something exist. But I also think there's a lot of things where like he just doesn't remember things, or he doesn't understand things.
He's old, legit.
Well,
he's an old man.
Yeah. So if I understood correctly, and I could be wrong, he is older than Biden was in his presidency, or something like that. So,
in my opinion, he's doing worse. But cognitively, like, take away all the policy, take away who he is as a person. Just the cognitive stuff, the inability to walk upstairs, and especially in his speech. Like, if you
look at his legs.
That too. The speech we're about to watch, or a clip from it, if you listen to that speech in its entirety, he doesn't make a lot of sense. He's
Right.
just
Before we play a clip, there's several different scenarios I want people to think about as they're listening to this. So scenario one, he's got his full cognitive abilities, and he's just lying his ass off every which way he can in order to not do it. But certain things start leaking in from reality. Like, I never had the pleasure is a bleed through of his actual beliefs that slipped in between the lies. That's one option.
yeah, he wasn't thinking of his speech when he said that.
Two, he doesn't have the cognitive capability to manage anything anymore, and he's just spouting a bunch of random shit. Or three, he knows he's lying about all this stuff, and he thinks you guys are so stupid you'll believe it anyway, or some combination thereof. But if you listen, there's admiration and affection for him, for Epstein, while he's talking about this, while also condemning it, while also being fake, while we also should be prosecuting the people in it. It's which one is it? And the fact that he plays all four of these at any given time, either he's bullshitting you and hoping to distract you, or he's literally confused. Like, I don't know. You make up your mind. Go kid it.
Let's see it.
Never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry.
Pause. So how did he know he went to the island 28 times if the list doesn't exist, if the documents are fake? Did he actually go if the documents are fake or not? How do you know how many times he went if this is all made up? Why would Hillary Clinton, who supposedly is the architect of this, put her own husband in there but not Trump?
Yeah, to me it doesn't. To me, when I hear him mention Bill Clinton, that is purely just to get the noise off of him.
Right, but my point was, why would Bill Clinton be in these faked files if Hillary Clinton is one of the architects, or Biden or Obama? Why would Bill Clinton be in them and supposedly implicate him on a thing that everybody's accusing Trump of?
Yeah, Obama wouldn't have implicated Bill Clinton. Right?
Neither would Hillary. Come on.
Yeah, right.
Hillary would never put her own husband in the Lolita Express lane.
I can see the mental gymnastics of all the MAGA people right now trying to make that make sense. Like, no, there's a reason they could have done it that way.
What? Like obscurity through it? Anyway.
I am stuck. I have a cognitive dissonance too. When I start like asking normal questions, I can hear the MAGA response before I'm even done asking.
So for me, that's strike one. Like, if why go after a bill if it's fake? Strike one. Strike two. If it's edited or generated by Hillary and all those people, why the hell is Bill still in it?
Right.
How many times has Obama been there if he's supposedly such a bad guy, but he's not in there at all? But also Trump admitted he knows Epstein now officially in this thing, but he's not in the document.
He didn't have the pleasure of going to the island. Here,
we'll get to that line.
Yeah.
I hear went there. He was the head of Harvard, and many other people that are very.
There's this thing against Harvard again. He threw out a guy from, like, he has such a hard on for attacking Harvard. What was it? They've been assigned a politics officer. Have you heard about this?
No.
So part of the making sure they're not talking bad about Trumpism that they're trying to push, the anti-DEI, but also making sure they're not talking bad about Trump. They are doing exactly what Russia did during and Germany did. They're assigning a political officer, somebody that's representative of the regime, to go there and make sure that the school behaves according and says what the regime wants them to say, and make sure they don't speak out against the regime. So they're assigning a political officer to oversee the implementation of the policies of the regime, regardless of the well-being of the school or the school's independence.
Do you mean authoritarianism? That was a long way to say that one word.
I mean, it's the consequences of unchecked authoritarianism. We've seen it twice. Russian and I think even China does it, but Germany did it. The Nazis did it. Like, that's a thing they do. Nobody, Obama didn't do that because freedom of speech and shit.
Freedom of speech and shit.
But my point was, this continued attack at Harvard is now even represented here in the Epstein files. Like, well, and if you literally listen to this, he goes through everybody he hates: Obama, at Harvard now.
I bet Rosie's in
Clinton.
here. I don't think I finished this clip.
Like, I'm surprised Rosie O'Donnell's not on that flight.
Oh, she's not on this. Oh, but hey, she might be, according to Donald Trump. Let's see what he says.
But talks about them. I never had the privilege of going to his.
There it is. I never had the privilege of going to his island. So he's sad that those people went there, and they should be hurt and locked up for what they did on that island and all
But
the
I've
bad
never
stuff.
had the
But he
privilege.
never had the privilege. And it was like, oh, maybe he slipped the tongue. It's like, yeah, he did slip the tongue. He said his true value about the island. Now, he's lied about not going because he called it a privilege. And he's on the flight logs for going to Epstein Island multiple times. Like, that information's out there. Go feel free to have a look
He's
at it.
contradicted himself. We've proved it over episodes on this podcast already. Like,
yeah. Let's
how are
keep
you
going
not-
through the mental gymnastics he's going through, trying to convince people that he's a good person.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the comments. Actually,
The
not a
privilege.
whole lot of MAGA comments lately, so something's going on.
Lock up Clinton for going, but privilege. Come on, pick a lane.
It is ridiculous what's going on here, man.
Keep going. It just
What?
gets better.
All right, here we go. Whoop. Technical difficulties. I forgot we're live on YouTube. Hey, if we're live on YouTube, thank you guys for watching. Hit subscribe. My name is Chris McIntyre. This is the Almost Above Average podcast. This is Jonathan Travis. We're out here just trying to make sense of this. Trying to make sense of this crazy political climate that's going on, man. Anyway, let's listen to the president, see what he has to say.
And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island.
Oh, he turned down going.
So he was invited and turned it down.
But he never
But he
had
didn't
the
know
privilege.
Epstein.
He
And
didn't
he was
have
a
the
creepy
privilege.
guy, and he knew what he was doing.
But he's never been invited.
No,
But he turned it
but
down.
then he turned it down.
And he's never had the privilege. Is
He
this all
turned
making
down-
sense, MAGA?
So really, he turned down the privilege to go to Epstein Island like Bill Clinton.
That is exactly what it is.
Yep.
He
keep
was
going.
never invited, but he turned down the privilege that may have existed at some point or not.
You can't turn down a non-invite. Just
All right, let's see what else he said.
In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island. Yeah. By the way,
in one of his very good moments. So in his bad moments, he accepted the invite.
Oh, shit.
So he accepted the invite as bad moments, but in his good moments, he turned it down. Wait, what?
Yeah, how does that work? Nothing. He
What
says
happened in the
makes
bad
sense.
moments? What
I
about
think
the
in order to
rest?
believe Donald Trump, your IQ has to be at a certain plane.
I will not let go of that really. I'm assuming it's fake IQ test for Trump from like when he was a kid that somebody turned up and it said it was like 76 or 78. And I just can't let that go in my head. Like that's gonna live rent free for the rest of my existence.
Yeah,
that's actual IQ. Anyway, keep going.
it is not.
Was that the end of the clip or was there more?
That was the end of that clip. I can find another one.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Because he goes
there's-
on to talk about like, but you know, like Bill Clinton went like a bunch. We should be talking about Bill Clinton going a bunch. But then they made it up and then they put me in it. I can't believe it. But we should go after Bill Clinton because he's on the list that I'm in, but it's fake. But Hillary made the list, but Bill Clinton's in it. It's like, what the shit? This doesn't make any sense. This is, I don't know if he's sundowning or he just got caught in his own lies. Like,
He
pick
never
one.
gets caught in his own lies because he never admits it. So like, even when you catch him in a lie, it's just like, whatever. I never
It's-
said that then.
And it's a very like he's on tape. You can't get rid of this, and it's on the internet. But my big thing was he's damned if you do, he's damned if you don't. Here, like he says he's in the list because Hillary and them put him on the list,
Right.
but then Bill's on the list, but the list is also fake. But we should go after Bill because he's on the list, even though his wife made the list. But we should go after Bill because his wife may have put him like what?
And the Republicans they went home early, so they don't have to vote on releasing the list. So when they come back in September, hopefully
So wait a
we'll
minute.
all forget about it.
So they're
So everyone
protecting.
forget about the Epstein list. Listen to Donald Trump. Forget that the Epstein list ever existed.
So
When
what
Congress
you
gets
just
back-
said is the Republicans are protecting Bill Clinton
Your Republican congressmen and senators
are protecting Bill Clinton. What?
I'm gonna protect Bill Clinton. Here, I found another clip.
Well,
Let's watch
Ghislaine's
that.
gonna like say Trump didn't do it so she can get her pardon. Let's just be honest.
I think she's gonna do. Hold on, we'll get to that. Let's
And then
watch
she'll die in a car wreck or fall out a window. I don't wish her bad. Just saying that's very possible with this group.
Files, or your name has not appeared in the Epstein files. But doesn't the AG have to tell you if your name?
Well, I haven't been overly interested in it. You know, it's a hoax that's been built up.
It was announced that he was told that he was in these files multiple times in like, what was it, May? That's public knowledge now. Senators have said it uncategorically. He was notified in May. He was in these files multiple times.
multiple times.
He sat down. Well, he sat down. Patel said that he and Bonnie sat down and discussed these files with him. So either he's forgotten and he's sundowning, or he's lying out his ass. You guys get to pick.
It's the lying part.
Those files were run by the worst scum on earth. They were run by Comey. They were run by Garland. They were run by Biden and all of the people that actually ran the government, including the AutoPen.
All right, he just named all of his enemies again.
AutoPen.
AutoPen.
Wait, what? AutoPen. What the fuck does AutoPen have to do
AutoPen
with
is
the
going to
Epstein
reason
list?
we lose our country. If we don't get the AutoPen under control, we are screwed as a nation. Hit subscribe. Help join the movement.
So, just for reference, James Comey served in office from 2013 to 2017.
A 5-year career, man. He killed it.
So, like, the director of the FBI put him in the list after he worked for him or before he worked for him? Huh?
Suspect. All right, let's watch the clip.
God, Lord.
Those files were run for 4 years.
AutoPen! Was it a Sharpie AutoPen?
You know what? And the way that he speaks about this stuff isn't right. Like, I was listening to this on a clip in the car, and I thought he was saying the files were worked on. He's saying the piles, it sounds like.
The piles, yeah.
Like, he doesn't he's not using the correct language to refer like the active investigations or.
Well, my understanding is there's like 200,000 documents or pages or something. It's like, yeah, I could see that as a pile. But also, don't forget, they may have been a pile in his bathroom at Mar-a-Lago.
Right. He has a thing for stealing classified documents.
Yeah.
And everyone in MAGA says, "What about Joe Biden's documents?" He turned them back in when they realized that they had them.
And they didn't arrest him, so they're not arresting him now either. Just
Yeah.
saying.
So, what are your arguments now?
Trump doesn't even mention that in this one.
The whole thing is a hoax.
Wait. The whole thing's a hoax. Then why are we going after Bill Clinton?
Yeah. So Bill
Pick a
Clinton didn't
lane.
do it?
Like, is it real? We need to go after Bill Clinton, or is it fake? And then Bill Clinton's innocent. But if it's fake and Hillary and Obama did it, why is Clinton in it? I don't get it. Anyway, keep going. This is so.
I was running against somebody.
I was running against somebody. I love that line.
That motherfucker's never run a day in his life.
I think he's referring to some kind of election, but he doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about. He's like, I was running against some.
He doesn't remember who he ran against?
Yeah.
Against somebody. They ran the files. I was running against somebody that ran the files.
They ran the files.
They ran the files. I was running against somebody that ran the files.
So what I'm hearing is that Hillary was running the files because he ran against her, but her husband is in the hoax files that she ran.
Yeah.
What?
My man, you're not making sense. DJT, get your shit together.
They have something they would have released. Now, they can easily put something in the files that's a phony. Yeah.
Do you think that drawing, I think I heard you say something the other day, that the drawing that was the subject of the Wall Street Journal report.
I don't do drawings. I'm not
Pause.
a person.
Pause. This has been categorically proven false. He
Yes.
has done drawings. The New York
has.
skyline and other stuff. They're certified.
charities,
He did them. Multiple witnesses. In fact, I know he did a drawing because I watched him do it on TV when he drew on the map trying to show the impact of a hurricane on the U.S. Just saying.
Right.
Like, he draws. I've seen the doodles. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
I was gonna try to ask ChatGPT on the live screen and that to show me all the Trump's drawings. We'll do that another time.
But there is like, feel free to go Google it. People like they're certified, they're verified. There's doodles, drawings of his that like of the New York skyline that have been auctioned off and sold for people that like this orange Cheeto.
All right.
I don't do drawings. Sometimes people say, would you draw a building? And I'll draw 4 lines and a little roof, for a charity stuff. But
So he does do
I'm not a
drawings. He
drawing
admitted it.
person. I don't do drawings of women. That I can tell you. They say there's a
I'm not a drawing person. Artist.
But I did draw. But I
But
didn't
I
draw
do
this
draw.
kind. But there's proof. But I didn't do it.
But I don't draw, right? I draw a building sometimes, but not women.
I don't draw. Maybe sometimes.
I'm not a drawing person.
But I drew something, but I don't draw.
drawing of a woman, and I don't do drawings of women. And also, Epstein was always a very controversial guy. I was at a very high position, pretty much all my life. In all fairness, I've been doing this for a long time. I had the top show on television. I had the number 1 bestsellers. I had
11
everything,
bankruptcies.
right? And I was a very successful business guy.
11
He was very
bankruptcies.
How many bankruptcies?
11 bankruptcies.
That's a lot of bankruptcies, Donald. What are you thinking?
He bankrupted 2 casinos. Like, how do you do
How
that?
do you bankrupt a casino?
And a
You
steak
gotta fuck up
delivery
royally
company?
to bankrupt a casino. The whole model is give me your money.
Yeah, like it's
That's
not
it.
hard.
Who would do a controversial drawing?
Donald
Now,
Trump.
with that being said, they say there were many letters done by many people, and in many big people, big successful people. But I just don't. When you talk about files, I just keep going back, and other people too. Even the enemy says this thing is not correct.
That whole group of words didn't make any sense at all. Like,
I think he's trying to say China says they're not valid. The Epstein files aren't valid. Like, you know what I've never heard from China is a word about the Epstein files. Not one. They've never, to the best of my knowledge, they've never said a
China,
word.
if you're listening, we want to release the Epstein files.
Hey,
release them.
No, let's have some fun with this. Let's have some fun with
Russia.
this. So remember during his first campaign, right towards the end, before he got elected, he went on, he goes, Russia's not helping me, but Russia, if you want to help hack the DNC, and then they did. So, hey, Putin, you want to have some fun with Trump? Get your guys to release the Epstein files, like all of them. Have
Russia,
fun.
if you're listening, get into the systems, hack the systems, and release the Epstein files. Like
Hack
you
the
did on that
RNC and
Wikipedia
get the
dump.
Epstein files and release.
Huh?
Yeah, release. Now, you want to take Trump down a notch? It ain't showing his wife naked. It's releasing the Epstein files.
Yeah. No. We've all seen his wife naked.
Oh my God. Never again, please.
All right, here we go.
Next.
I just don't. When you talk about files, I just keep going back, and other people too. Even the enemy
You didn't
says
say
this
anything.
thing is
The enemy.
not.
No word, like there's no content in any of his words there. He's not saying anything, guys. He does that all the time.
A lot of
Correct.
people are saying it. Nobody's saying it.
Because if we had it, we would have used it on the guy. It's a bad issue.
He went to jail. So did Ghislaine.
That's such old history.
There's no
Very
limit
easy
on
to
that.
explain, but I don't want to waste your time by explaining it. But for years, I wouldn't talk to Jeffrey Epstein. I wouldn't
For
talk because
years,
he
he
did
wouldn't.
something that was inappropriate. He hired help. And I said, don't ever do that again. He
Pause.
stole people that weren't.
He stole people. So the what I've heard from this is, and I could be wrong, but what I've heard is Ghislaine was recruiting girls from Mar-a-Lago and using them for blackmail and other inappropriate deeds. Trump knew about it and he got frustrated, and something happened. I don't know if it was a business deal gone wrong or this. And the rumor is the reason they got him, Epstein, in the first place was that Trump was turned on Epstein and gave evidence to the FBI that they used to get Epstein.
Ooh, that's a juicy conspiracy. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, that's the one I've heard. And stealing people by hiring them from Mar-a-Lago was the reason he got mad, not Lolita Express. And he stopped talking to the guy that introduced him to his wife. But remember, there's plenty of information out there that he was hanging out with them as long as he could. And he used Epstein's plane when Trump's plane broke down during the first campaigning leading up to. So like the last so many months of his campaign before he was elected for his first term, he was using Epstein's plane. So he stopped talking to him, but he was using Epstein's plane for all of his campaigning back in 2025 or 2015.
Huh. You know,
so he stopped talking to him, but he used his plane. That's okay.
They're falling out. Like, it sounds, based on what you said and what Donald Trump said, it sounds like there was a falling out. What I hear is that Donald Trump may have figured out that Jeffrey Epstein was blackmailing other people that were around him, and maybe when he found that out, he's like, he's gonna try to blackmail me because he knows what I've done. Turns out to be true, because there have been pictures from Michael Wolff that he's sworn that he's seen with girls of not a particular age. They can't tell.
That's not my opinion. My opinion is that there was no falling out. I don't think the FBI thing is real. The turning him into the FBI. I think they got him on other stuff through other people. But the fact that he was using Epstein's plane as his personal plane during the campaigning does not indicate to me that there was any falling out. And there's plenty of things that connect them to, like him meeting Melania through Epstein, and all the different parties and all the different photos and all the different interviews where he talks about how great a guy Epstein is and how he likes him young, and so do I. And
so when he says that they're not friends, it is obvious that is a lie.
I think he's lying now to try to distance himself, just like he did everybody else in the first few things. Like, oh, I only hire the best. Oh, that guy's horrible. Like,
everyone starts off as the best and then they're the worst.
Jerome Powell was appointed by Trump, but he's the worst, and he doesn't know who appointed him, but he appointed him. So anyway, and there's video of like him announcing it, so whatever.
Yeah. Well, let's
keep
see.
On.
I think there's more of the clip.
Work for me. I said, don't ever do that again. He did it again, and I threw him out of the place. Persona non grata. I threw him out, and that was it. I'm glad I did, if you want to know the truth. And by the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly.
According to what?
I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear.
Pause. Leave it up. So he went to the island supposedly how? How is it supposedly? Because he's on the flight logs with Trump? Or is it because there's a picture of him and Trump of Bill Clinton, Trump, and at an Epstein party together, where Trump grabs Bill Clinton by the junk, by the private parts? Like, there's a video or pictures or video, I can't remember which. I think it's a video where he just reaches down and hits him in the junk. And they're both dressed in like golf attire and some like, there's multiple pictures of him and Melania standing next to Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton taking photos together before all the stuff popped off. Like, so how do you know he was at the island 28 times? Because he's in these fake logs, or because you were there, or because you were connected to Epstein? But the plane that he used is the same plane you used for campaigning. Like, come on.
Liar.
Went there. He was the head of Harvard, and many other people that are very big people. Nobody ever talks.
Yeah, to Harvard again.
About them. I never had the privilege of going to his island. And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island.
So did he really talk about
He is
not
rebuking
turning
the
it down
base.
twice?
Right?
Did he do it twice in the same clip? He talked about it once. He never had the privilege. He turned it down, and then minutes later he did it again.
Yeah. Well, that's par for the course for Trump, right? Contradict
Deny,
everything I'm saying.
repeat, deny.
Deny,
But he's on the
defend,
flight
lie.
logs multiple times going to the island.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. There's
That is a fact.
affidavits and documentation talking about him at the island. There's supposedly videotapes of him doing things on the island.
Do you think the MAGA faithful that is out there is going to lose interest while Congress is in recess?
It depends on certain things, but ultimately, unfortunately, maybe. I hope that's not the case, but I think there is a possibility of it, because if they catch the right juicy bait, squirrel mentality, and they move off of it. But I hope that enough people in the news and media keep pushing this. I hope reporters keep pushing this. I hope he keeps stumbling, because remember, it wasn't that long ago they said they were going to burn everybody in effigy for being on the list. They campaigned on releasing the list. Now there's a fake list. But at one point there was no list. And then he wasn't on the list. And now he knows he's on the list because Hillary did it, but her husband's on it. But he never went, even though he's on the flight. Like, it's all crap. So there's a quote I wanted to repeat. It's from 1984. George Orwell talks about a dystopian nightmare with an authoritarian regime. And there's a line in there that a lot of people keep repeating. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. And that's what's happening right now. They're telling you things, and they're telling you to ignore it, or they're telling you it's not valuable, or they're telling you it's invalid, or they're doing anything they can to distract you from the truth, which is the Epstein list has been around for a long time. It has been around since before he was president. There's tons of pictures and videos of him talking great about this guy. There's flight logs. There's confirmations. There's people confirming it. Giselle, tons of people confirming it. There's supposedly videos that I don't want to see, but supposedly include it. There's signed affidavits and video testimony saying he did it. They're just telling you to ignore what you're hearing and seeing, which is right out of 1984. And it is your civic responsibility as an American to ignore their command and pay attention. Everything that has been shown to you, aside from what he has said, has indicated not only did he know Epstein, and even he hasn't seen Epstein, but he palled around with him. He went to parties with him. He hung out with him. He set up private parties with him. He was on the flight logs. He was on the plane. He was on the island. He participated in the nefarious events. Every indicator shows that he did the things.
So MAGA, either wake up, because we want you back on our side, not the Democratic side, on the American side, where we at least can agree on sets of facts together. How are you still defending this man? Donald Trump, how are you defending that man? And if you're going to say Bill Clinton, if you're going to say Hillary Clinton, if you're going to say Comey and all this other shit, that is no argument.
Look, he contradicted himself multiple times in the clip we just watched. It's a fake list, but you need to prosecute people on it. Hillary and them did it, but Bill Clinton's on there. The Harvard guy, was he even relevant to Harvard 15 years ago? Or 20 years ago. This is a menagerie of denials and distortions and everything. And what it really comes down to is he'll say whatever he can to try to keep himself out of the firing range. And he's going to throw every enemy that he thinks he has under it. So already he's talked about Obama, Hillary, Comey. He hates all these people because, they weren't good to him. And all the other people, like the Harvard guy, Harvard, why would you mention him twice?
Yeah.
And why aren't you prosecuting these people? Why aren't you
What
doing
is Harvard
anything
doing to the MAGA community? If you're defending President Trump's move on Harvard, Like, what is Harvard doing to you? That's just more bullshit for you to get mad at about nothing. There's nothing there to be mad at.
Well, the rumor is that Barron got rejected from Harvard, and that's why he's focused on Harvard. But I think it's more egregious than that. Now, my theory is that he's going over all the major institutions and he's just moving through them as fast as he can in order to establish authoritarian doctrine and control over the universities by controlling the purse strings. And what Americans really need to understand is him cutting off these monies, all these different grants and all the different funding to these universities is going to affect you more than it's going to affect him. He may get his way, he may get free services, he may get them to bend the knee. But what's also happening is the funding is drying up, and all the cancer research, all the disease research, all the biomedical stuff is going to make you have a happier, healthier, safer life for you and for your kids and for your grandkids is all getting killed off so that they can give tax breaks to the rich. So he's willing to let you die bad deaths so that he can look good and he can have control and make them say what he wants and then give the money to the people that don't need it, the one percenters.
But we're not going to let that happen. Subscribe to the Almost Above Average podcast and subscribe to the McMedia Network on YouTube and subscribe to the McMedia Network on all social platforms. Help us build this pro-democracy community.
There is one thing that is worth pointing out to everybody. 2026 elections are coming up. If we get to have them, and starting to show some positive indications that we're going to, you got to vote these Republicans out. You got to do it for your safety, for your kids' safety, and on down that chain for the survival of the human race, because of climate denying and all the other nonsense. For the survival of the human race, you need to go out there and get these Republicans that are protecting potential pedophiles out of office. They shut down the government to protect him. They shut down Congress to protect him, to give him cover, as Mike What's-His-Face called it, to give Trump cover on Epstein. He announced it. He said it. Go look at the clip. He said he's shutting down Congress to give Trump cover on this issue, the issue being Epstein, because they were trying to force a vote to release the information to you like he promised he was going to, like Trump campaigned on it and said he was going to do. They shut down Congress to prevent him from fulfilling a campaign promise he had no intention on ever doing. You got to vote these people out. You got to vote them out. That's the only thing you can do. Vote them out. Get rid of them.
This is one of the only times I've ever paid attention to the midterm elections, and I'm going to vote in the midterm.
I can't think of a midterm election that has probably ever been more important to the history and the survivability of mankind in my life.
So get out there and vote, especially if you believe in pro-democracy. I mean, that's really what's at the tip of this spear. Is we're just a couple of guys upset about what's going on in the country, and we have a voice. I have a little platform here that you guys are watching on. Help us out. Jump in the comments. Let us know what you think. Also, if you have some strong opinions, I wouldn't be opposed to having other people on the podcast, get some good debates going. I really want to know what's in the MAGA mindset, especially with all this Epstein stuff that's going on right now. But in the meantime, if you're trying to get fit, go to buckedup.com and use code McMedia1 at checkout for discounts on all their fitness apparel and products. And yeah, I think that's all I got for today. What about you, Jonathan?
I'm tired.
So
there's this concept of, flooding the field is one thing, but for people that can see through the horse's assery that is all this, I'm tired. Like, this monotony of insanity, of misdirection, of lies, of pure grift, of pure hate, vindictiveness. It's just, I'm tired. I can't believe I'm so tired. And it's only been 6 months. It's like, I'm tired of this shit. Guys, you got it. I beg of you, for the love of everything you find important or holy or whatever, go change the course of our future so we have one. I literally can't say it louder than that.
Yeah, our eyes are on 2026, everyone. Get out there and vote in the midterms. Subscribe to the Almost Above podcast anywhere that you get your podcast, and stay tuned for the next video. It'll probably be tomorrow. So until next time, I'm Chris McIntyre. He is Jonathan Travis. We are on Almost Above Average, and thank you very much.